Hello lads and ladies, and welcome back for another video on the channel. Today we are back with more Sky Bet League One content. On this channel we do the Fleetwood vlogs, we do the League One live streams, and every week we try and get a League One video out, different related, whether it's on managers, supporters, players, top 10s. Well, today we are going through every Sky Bet League One team and their best young player. Now this, to qualify, you must be under the age of 24 years of age. So if you are 23 years old or younger, you can be fitted into this list. Some of the timings are quite clever because there's two, maybe three, if not four players in here that are 23 and got 24th birthdays coming up. So they couldn't be included if we did this later on in the year. So we're going to go through it. Let me know your selections down below as well. We will have a pensioners one out very soon as well. Let me know. Please like, please subscribe down below. We're so close now to 12,000 subscribers. But a big thank you for 11,800 subscribers. So we're going to start off from the bottom of the league to the top. Cheltenham Town are first, and I've gone for Lewis Freestone, who is one of those players that's 23. He's 24 on the 26th of October. Now he's got a good number of games under his belt, 105 for Cheltenham, 28 in the first season in League One in 21-22, 29 last season, and 12 so far this season. A big towering presence for the Robins, and again, one of the better players in this league. Next up, for Wigan Athletic, we've gone for Charlie Hughes. A lot of players you could pick here. He is 19 years of age, got a couple of goals this season, scored against Northampton, was excellent against Derby County as well, made 10 appearances this year, 35 appearances in total for the Latics. Obviously, they've had to rely on youth in previous years as well. Charlie Hughes looks the mustard, and he really is going to improve and, get Wigan up that table. I really do believe that. There's some other picks you could pick, but Charlie Hughes has looked one of the better players in his position this year so far. For Reading, I've gone for Charlie Savage. Now, again, son of Robbie. Charlie spent last season on loan at Forest Green Rovers. Scored one goal, was excellent in a number of games. The one, obviously, he scored and was excellent against Sheffield Wednesday, live on the telly, where they won by 1-0. Obviously, 11 matches played this season as well. And, he's done all right, to be fair. He played 15 times last season. Played a couple of times for United. Played, a couple of times at different age categories for Wales. Great on the ball. And he's just going to get better. He was captain Man United in a pre-season friendly earlier on in the year in pre-season. And at Reading, he's impressed. And Man United have got a buyout clause, back from him. I think that says a lot about Charlie's talents. Next up, Fleetwood Town. There's a couple I could have gone for. Junior Katerna made my thoughts, but I've gone for Phoenix Patterson. How he's not starting for the Cod Army is beyond me. He's a really good crossover of ball. He's good defensively, and again, he will get better. Signed from Waterford. Again, 1 goal, 4 assists last season in a selection of games. Again, he really did look bright, but again, needs time to show off his talents. Otherwise, it could be another Paddy Lane to Portsmouth situation for the Cods. Next up, Burton Albion. Now I've gone for Tom Hamer. Played 7 games this season, got an assist. Played 120 odd times for Oldham, 105 times for Burton. Again, 13 goals, across his spell there. And again, he's been a really good player for Burton. He's a kind of a versatile, type of player. You can put him anywhere. The utility man in the team, right back, centre midfield, CDM, and he does a good job. He's 24 in November, so slightly on the older side of my list, but Tom Hamer is a fantastic player, and again, makes my selection for Burton. For Carlisle, thin back, on loan from Nottingham Forest. He came back, pardon the pun, we'll never do that again, I promise, to Carlisle after a loan spell last season. He's 21 years of age. He can play right back or the right of the back three, wherever Paul Simpson wants him to play. 19 appearances last season and did really, really well. 2 assists last season amongst a promotion on his belt from League 2 to League 1. Shrewsbury, we've gone for Kenner. Knowing Kenner again, he's a very, very good player. Slots into that CDM role in the midfield, can push on as well. But again, with the likes of Bayliss and Winchester, Shipley, when he can pack out that midfield, he's a really, really good, good player to use. He's represented Liberia, on a couple of occasions as well. Represented England from under 16s to under 18s as well. And again, a really, really good player and done well for Shrewsbury since coming in, Leeds Academy graduate as well. Northampton, again, Mark Leonard makes my selection. A very, very good player. On loan from Brighton. Again, there was a lot of interest in League One and bottom end championship for him this summer. 21 years of age. 48 games last season, which is important when you spend a big season out on loan. 11 games so far this season as well. He's created 24 chances for the Cobblers, which is over 2 per game. 600 and odd passes, which is an 82% accuracy. He's just an absolute gem in that midfield and springs it about for the Cobblers. For Leyton Orient now, we've gone for Idris El Mazouni. Again, a top player. And, he's on loan from Ipswich. Again, his second loan spell. Did really well last season. Made over 40 appearances. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists. 88% pass accuracy as well. He's made over 500 passes. He springs across in that midfield as well. I'm a big fan of him. And what you ask him to do, he does quite well as well. He does the basics, but he can do the complex stuff for you in that midfield. And Richie Wellens trusts him with his life. That says a lot. Cambridge United now, Jack Lancaster. There's a couple of players I could have gone for in this, but I really like Jack Lancaster. He's 23 years of age, like Idris, like a number of players that we've put in so far. But again, still a young player. Attacking midfield, scored against Oxford early in the year as well. Made 88 appearances for Cambridge across the years as well. Started off at Ipswich, a real gem, and he will get better, I believe so. Lincoln City. Now, I believe this could be the best player, if not in the top 3 in this list. Ethan Erhan. He is a gem. He's absolutely massive. He's a big powerhouse. Signed for Lincoln in January. He's 22 years of age. Left-footed, which you don't really get in League One, especially when they're good. 33 games in total. Scored in the win against Blackpool. He is a top player. Him and Ethan Hamilton in that midfield are an absolute piece of magic. Ethan is the star boy. Jake tells me that all the time. I'm not being paid to say that by Jake, by the way, as well. Bristol Rovers, again, another really good player. Connor Taylor. Again, had a loan spell with Bristol Rovers a couple of years ago when they got promoted from League 2. They had some magical moments that year, going on that great run, beating Port Vale away from home, beating Scunthorpe in that run. 18 appearances for Stoke last season, 11 appearances this season for the Gas. Got an assist in there as well. He made 47 appearances for Bristol Rovers just a couple of years ago as well. Scored 3 goals in that time as well. An absolute brick wall. For Charlton have got a lot of young players, but there's one in particular that stands out. For me, it's Miles Leaburn. He is 6'5". He scored 12 goals last season. He played 35 times. Only started 18 times. We scored 12 in that small period of time. He scored 2 in 6 this season. Had injuries. They missed him. And I kind of think, well, if Dean Holden had, Miles Leaburn from the start, they might not have sacked him and Michael Appleton might not be there. Michael Appleton's getting the best out of Miles Leaburn. Scored twice this season against Exeter and Wickham. He's a really good player and he will get better and better. Him up front and Alfie behind him, that is a lethal front two. City now, have gone for Ryan Trevitt, a player I really like. He scored a couple of goals this season, one against Carlisle away, which was a crucial goal, one away at Burton as well. Both of them, they won those games of football. He's 20 years of age, he's from Brentford, under 23s and under 21s, or Brentford B, as they call it as well. Both goals of his were outside the box as well. Him and Carroll in that midfield have kind of youth and experience I really like. Blackpool, now there's so many players I could have gone for, but I've gone for Jensen Wee. I was between, him and Albie Morgan. I know they've signed Dembele recently as well, and they've got a couple of players, up and coming from the academy at Blackpool. But I've gone for Jensen Wee, scored double figures for Morecambe last season as well, on loan from Brighton. It's a real coup that they got him, and again, I think he needs game time to adapt to Neil Critchley's way of playing, but as soon as he gets up and running, he will score goals, just like Albie Morgan will do as well. Port Vale, it's really tough because they've got so many good players. Divine, Orblaster, so many, that I've not even named. I've gone for Orblaster. I actually really, really like him. Scored a goal against Burton at home. It wasn't enough to get 3 points. They point they lost the game 3-2. Again, he's 19 years of age, on loan from Sheffield United. Plays for England under 20s at the age of 19. He gets the ball on the half turn, makes things look so easy, box to box. Sometimes his statistics don't actually reflect the way he's playing because he makes Port Vale tick. His energy, his pressing, and the winning the ball back. I absolutely love this lad, and if Sheffield United will come down this year, he will be in the first team for Sheffield United by the end of next season. I'm sure of that. He is a gem. Derby County, now we've gone for Erin Cashin. I think it's quite easy. He's 21 years of age. He's played 82 times for Derby County, 43 appearances last season. The only thing I would say with Erin, he is prone to a booking. Got 14 bookings in the last season, the start of this season as well. But he's still an absolute Rolls Royce of a defender. Can play out the feet, can go long. He's kind of pins, strikers in. He's a striker's worst nightmare. He's a good player, and I think Derby may cash in January. Wickham now, the talent just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? We've gone for Freddie Potts, scored twice this season for the Chairboys, scored away at Charlton, one of the goals of the season so far, and scored away at Fleetwood in a 4-1 demolishing of the Cod Army. He's made a couple of appearances for West Ham's first team, again gone from West Ham's under-18s to the 23s. And he's 20 years of age as well. He's just going to get better and better. He's good on both feet, can score goals, and already scored more goals than his old man, who used to play a little bit. Bolton, George Thomason. This is kind of an easy one. Bolton have got an experienced squad with a lot of players of the age of 23. They've got a lot of, in the Bolton B team, a lot of younger players like Luke Matheson. Obviously, he burst onto the scene for Rochdale, scored away at, Old Trafford and did really well. But George Thomason has played 80-odd times for Bolton now. Obviously, came from Pro Direct, which is a sports kind of facility that helps young athletes get into the sport to kind of get into the professional game. And he's done really well, since they've just signed a new deal till 2026. Bristol City were interested, but Bolton is his home for a little bit longer, and I think that's the right choice because he's not going to play 45, 50 times this season. He's going to be that kind of player that plays 30, 35 games, comes off the bench a little bit, but I think he'll be happy with that, and Ian Evatt is the right person to help his development. Peterborough, we've gone for Harrison Burrows. So many I could have gone for. Puku, on the far side, came into my mind. Obviously, Mason Clark's 24, so he would never be in my mind. But Burrows, again, he's a star boy. 4 goals, 3 assists last season as well. 21 years of age, can play in multiple different positions. And again, put some good cross into the box, high energy, and just what people need. A very underrated player for the Posh, I feel. So we go for Finn Burns for Stevenage. Again, a really, really good player. On loan from Man City, had a loan spell at Swansea. It didn't quite work out, but for Stevenage, he's playing games this season. 14 games in total. Played 11 in League One under Steve Evans. And again, they're flying at the moment, doing really, really well. Pigiani alongside him at the back as well. They've got, Thompson there as well. Butler. There's some real experienced lads there to help him out. I think this is a perfect loan spell, and he will just keep getting better and better. Barnsley now, we've gone for Callum Styles. A lot of players we could have gone for, but Callum Styles is a man that's played a lot of times for Barnsley. Obviously, he spent last season on loan at Millwall, played over 20 times, played, nearly 150 times for Barnsley, which is, incredible at his age. 14 appearances for the Hungarian national side as well in League One. As a League One player, he's absolutely phenomenal, and I really, really like him. Oxford, we've gone for James Beadle. Again, a goalkeeper, a little bit different, but I really, really like him. And as a goalkeeper on loan from a Premier League club, you've got to be good. He looks young, he looks, slim, but he commands his box, which is absolutely key. He's only conceded 9 goals this season from an expected goals conceded of 9.51, so he's exceeding that expected goal rate. He's made 28 saves, he's kept a couple of clean sheets in there as well, and they're doing just fine, Oxford. They're winning games away from home, they're winning games at home, and he's a big part of that, playing from the back with his feet, left or right. Portsmouth. I feel like Gareth Southgate, picking me favourites, but I've gone for Paddy Lane. The boy is absolute mustard. And I'm not just picking him because he's my favourite. He's a young player, won Young Player of the Year League One 2 seasons ago for Fleetwood, was absolutely brilliant. Scored 3 goals this season, scored them in 3 consecutive games as well. Scored 5 and got 8 assists, 2 seasons ago for struggling Fleetwood, who nearly went down on 40 points. He's good on left foot, good at right foot, not exactly blessed with pace, but his football IQ is one of the best in Sky Bet League One. So then, what do you think of my selections? What would you change? Who would you have for your club? Let me know in the comments down below. Please like, please subscribe. We are now so close to 10,000 to 12,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later. Up the Sky Bet League One.